Hi, this is Jackie Murray with Ask a Tech Teacher. I'm your guide through these 32 lessons in the Structured Learning Technology curriculum. We're in fourth grade and this is lesson 26. This is pretty much the last project to be done in fourth grade using technology as a tool to learning. It's a slideshow, but we don't just make the slideshow. They create the slideshow based to support a topic they're discussing in class, and then they present it to their class, either to just the class or to a group of parents and teachers. You can make it as big or small an event as you'd like to. So they did their storyboard last week here, so they have this all done. Now they're going to start the slideshow. They've done slideshows before. They did them kindergarten, and first was just slideshows, putting pictures together into a slideshow, but not using a formal slideshow program. Then second, third, they used a slideshow program like PowerPoint or Google Slides, something like that, whatever you had there. And now they're doing, so this is a refresher for them. They did storyboards last year also, so they know how to, if you've been using this curriculum, I should say, in this curriculum, you've been doing that. So they know how to use the storyboard to help them lay out the slideshow well. Now, if you aren't familiar or they aren't familiar with that, then you'll want to just go a little slower for them to help them understand how to use the storyboard and how it supports their project. You want them to think about why they're using a slideshow. So they've laid the storyboard out, they have all the details, but why is a slideshow a good idea? They have to present to the class. They have they have to be knowledgeable in their subject. So why is a slideshow a good idea? Here's a comparison between these. If you have the student workbooks, they have one with all four of the major productivity software tools. So have them be thinking about, they've probably filled in all of these. Slideshow's their last one at other times throughout the year. So what's the purpose? What are the basics of a slideshow? How serious are the sentences, content? What are the differences between a slideshow and these? And how does that serve exactly what you want them to do for this one, which is be knowledgeable in a subject and then share that knowledge with classmates? You're not even asking for a written report. You're just asking them to verbally share the topic and get other students excited about it. Okay, so here's their slides. Now, their student, if they have student workbooks, they have this also where you go through all the slides, and you have it. So you may put it on the class screen and then go through these. Slide 1 is the cover. There's examples in all sorts of different types of programs, whether you're using PowerPoint or slides or Haiku deck or whatever you're using. You have your tool and you adapt it to what's required on there. So if it's hard for yours to put a border on, you just don't. If it's hard for yours to do this cool light bar in the middle, you just don't. So you just adapt. You have the tool. The idea is that they're preparing a way to share information as they're talking that gets students excited about what they're seeing. So here's the cover, here's the table of contents, which is their second page. Then they have slide 3, which is a topic. Now, you may not be doing it on this particular topic. You'll have your own topic. So have the students use their annotation tool to mark up their student workbook of what, instead of this topic, what do you want them to cover? Instead of table of contents, topics. The topics in the table of contents are going to be from these slides. So they'll create the table of contents based on whatever these slides are. So it's nice and easy here for them. They've got it right there, but if you change it, then they should just annotate it so they have it right in front of them. And then in this particular example, 4 to 6, they have 3 inventors, so 1 for each slide. Slide 7, things invented by accident. Slide 8 is their invention. So if you're doing the invention convention, then this discusses their invention. If you're not doing it, then they could just talk about something they'd like to invent. And then about the author to end it up. So 9 slides, they're set. And you just roughly go through those so they can see. Make sure you point out how these topics compare to their storyboard over here. 9 slides, one for each, and this is how it ends up looking. So they have it all. They can be very independent about how they do this. So once you've reviewed it, then they just go to work. They start on the cover. I strongly suggest they start with all the text first. Do the pictures, the clip art, all that fun stuff later. And you'll see when we go into this next slide, that's pretty much what we do. Just spend the whole class writing, typing, using good keyboarding skills. And that's it. It's a nice way they will easily get done if they've been doing slideshows for several years, if they're decent with their typing skills because they've been practicing typing for several years, they're going to have no trouble getting through this. If it is a problem for your grades, shorten the slideshow so that they have more time to spend on each slide, and I leave that up to you. The important part is that they learn the purpose of slideshows, how it sums up information, knowledge that they have, and then how they can use it to teach their classmates. Okay, guys, that's really it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to show up Sunday for office hours. Just let me know. Otherwise, have a great week, and I'll see you in 7 days. Bye.